Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, there's this movement that's been trending throughout social media. I think I have to say I did see it first on Twitter. So you might be able to find more information on Twitter. But anyways, it's this movement called Stop Killing Video Games, where pretty much I think the person that's behind that movement, they just want developers to stop doing that, where they release a game, however, where you put all this money into the game, and then for some odd reason they decide to shut the game down after a while. And companies that do that, 2K, I believe they do that with their NBA 2K games. I don't know if they do that with the WWE 2K games. I've never heard of them doing that with those games, but it might be a thing too, where WWE wrote in their contract where it's like, hey, these games are still available. People can still play them. And that's the thing that they're forgetting, is that there's a story mode in that game. Like, there's other modes besides the online stuff. So yeah, if you're shutting down the online stuff, that I don't mind. But if you're shutting down the whole game, yeah, that's a problem. Like, that's something that I have an issue with, especially if I didn't spend my hard-earned money on this game. Because if that's the case, why am I even paying for these games? Then it'd be the same companies that get mad when you find a way to play their older games. So, like, let's say for an example, Ubisoft. Because I am going to talk about Ubisoft in a moment, but let's say you want to play one of their old Rainbow Six games, right? And the only game that they want to just focus on is Rainbow Six Siege. They, for some odd reason, forgot that they done released how many games before Rainbow Six Siege? But we're not allowed to play those because, it's not trending. It's not the hottest game on the market. There ain't streamers playing that game right now. So what we're gonna do is just have the focus on the game that most streamers are playing, which is Rainbow Six Siege. And I'm like, yeah, I get that. The crazy thing is like, it ain't even your guys' latest game. Remember Rainbow Six Extraction? Whatever you was doing in Rainbow Six Siege, you guys could have very well did that in Rainbow Six Extraction. I had said that before when talking on that game. But anyways, but no, so like, let's say you wanted to play, because I think both Rainbow Six, Vegas and 1 and 2, it's still available. But let's say, for an example, they were to, well, I don't know, because I mean, it's been a while since I played. It should be still available. Hold on for a second. Rainbow Six. Okay, so yeah, you could still buy them and stuff. They actually have quite a few different Rainbow Six games other than Rainbow Six Siege, but they're more so focused on Rainbow Six Siege. They even went as far as to be like, oh, we're gonna make this game free to play, and then have it where there's these other editions where it's like $19.99, $39.99. It's like, fam, just come out with a new video game. Like, that's all that you guys got to do. But let's say Rainbow Six Vegas 1 and 2 wasn't available, but you wanted to go play those games. So there's these websites that you would go to where you can download these games for free. Now, people say that it's illegal, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, well, it should be illegal on how developers be going about their video games today. Having it where it's like, you pretty much rob us. You come out with a game, you make these promises, you realize that you can't live up to these promises, and then you, at some point in time, shut down the game and move on to something else. A company that did that is EA Games. They did that with this video game called Anthem. They realized that there wasn't nothing to do with that, or I guess, like, I don't know, it would be more so like they couldn't figure out what to do with that game. So they decided that, yeah, they were just going to up and shut the game down. And anybody that paid money for it, you're pretty much out of your money. And I'm like, that was a game that I had bought. That was a game that I purchased because I was like, this, to me, when I had seen that game, I remember when it was coming out, and I was like, man, this is like Iron Man, but with like aliens or something, Like, they give you this suit where you can fly around and things. I'm like, nah, man, this game is it looked like it's gonna be good. They just recently, it's funny, it's like I was using Anthem as an example, but no, just recently I think they did come out with some article. It was people that were talking about it where they said that game was going to shut down. Hold on for a second. Anthem video game, let's see, news. with Anthem shutting down. Yeah, there's like, yeah, it's this game is shutting down, and I'm like, bro, what about the people that spent money for that game? You know, it's like, my thing is this, and that's just talking to all video game developers out there. Don't be surprised if people start figuring out ways of getting games for free, because it's not like the thing is this. You guys charge all this money for video games, whether it's $59.99, $69.99, $79, $89.99, or $149 if you 2K, but you charge all this money for games, right? You're expecting us to play these games for what, a year? Not even that, like what, 6 months until you guys done came out with another video game, and we supposed to just abandon that last game that we were playing. Meanwhile, that this was a game, like, I'm pretty sure that there was people out there that was a fan of the video game Anthem. But how do you think they feel where it's like they paid money for this game? They've been playing it since the game came out, or, you know, if they might not be playing it all the time, but still, they play a little bit. Hold on for a second. Is that game? I don't think that game's available on Steam. Hold on for a second. No, it's not available on Steam. But, yeah, because I was going to say, if it is, I was going to check the player count. But, yeah, I'm pretty sure there's somebody that'll, you know, stop by from time to time and play that game. But it's like, how do you think that gamer feels where they look up and then they see an article saying that Anthem is going to shut down? And pretty much the money that they spent for that game, it's gone. So it's like, you can't even get your money back. That's like, imagine if you bought a house, right? And it's this, like, it's the latest model of houses or whatever and things. But all of a sudden, the people that built that house came knocking on your door talking about, you're going to have to leave this house because it's old now. We want you to go out and buy this new house. And there was like, if you, on this date, we're going to tear this house down. How'd that make you feel? Or let's say you go out and you buy yourself a brand new Ford Mustang or a Chevy Camaro or a Honda Civic. I don't know, whatever your dream car is, but overall though, you go out and you buy this car, and then Honda, Ford, or Chevy is like, hey, you're gonna have to pretty much get rid of this car because on this date we're gonna stop working on it, and pretty much and then on top of that, you're gonna be out of your money. You're gonna have to go out and buy a new car. Do you think people are in the market of just going? But if we're switching back to video games, do you think people are in the market of like buying all your guys' latest games? When there's probably that one guy where it's like he just had his third kid, so now he has a mouth to feed. Do you think he got time to be going out buying and supplying it? Yeah, if he's a gamer, do you think he got time to be going out and buying and supplying you guys with his money and buying your guys' video game? Let's say it's that person that's trying to create a business. You know, they just came up with some clothing brand or something, and now they're trying to buy the material, marketing, and all these other things. Do you think they got time and money to be buying your guys' game, especially if you're going to shut the game down after a couple of years? Well, where's some other? I mean, you lay out any example whatsoever. And I'm saying, even for myself being a content creator, where it's like, yeah, playing new video games and seeing what new video games is out, that's my job. But at the same time, I'm not trying to have it where whatever video game I buy, I'm not going to be able to play it after, 5 years or something like that, because you guys are coming out with a new video game. And I'm saying, my thing is this: if you guys would have been doing this back in the day, like if you had been doing this back on PlayStation 2, Xbox, because yeah, that type of stuff didn't start happening until when the next gen consoles like the Xbox One and PlayStation 4, when that started coming out. But you guys, that was unheard of back then. So why all of a sudden doing why do that stuff now? What are you guys doing to your video games to where what's funny is that when you sit down and think about it, developers, they have been killing their video games for years. I mean, when you sit down and look, it's like they might not pull the plug on it, but they'll come out with another video game and then stop doing updates on that game, and then people are like, you'll see that at times where people will be in the review section of Steam, where it'd be a game that's been out for years, but the developers for some odd reason just don't do no updates to it and stuff. And you'll see where it's like, oh yeah, this game, it used to be fun, but they ain't got no it's not properly updated and stuff. Like the game's buggy, and it's not good, you know. And then you end up having to buy that same game maybe on console to see, because there was one game actually that I played. Who made that game? It was this shooter game where I bought it on console and it played perfectly fine, but when I bought that game on PC, Bizarre Creations, they sound familiar. They sound mad familiar. Weren't they the ones that I think they did whatchamacallit, the Project Gotham Racing? Hold on for a second. I'm for certain they did that. Did they not? who did hold on for a second, because I'm for certain I've seen that name before. That is a name I'm like, okay, they might have Bizarre Creations. Yeah, I was like, they definitely did those racing games canceled. Formula Project, yeah, Project Gotham Racing. All right, so, but anyways, yeah, they came out with this game called The Club, and when you try playing that game on PC, the game for some reason just crashes. Like, it's not playable, and I'm trying to figure it out. Like, okay, what are the developers doing? Like, my thing is this: even if you guys are no longer, because I don't think this company is no longer in business, but still, whoever owns the right, because I think they said Activision owns this Bizarre Creations company. And my thing is this: it's like, you would think that that they would be coming out with some oh yeah, they did do Blur too, but yeah, you would think that they would have came out with some updates to fix that game, and they haven't. But you still have it where people got to pay $14.99 for that game. Does that make any sense? Does that make any sense to have people pay for a game that doesn't even work? Like, that's one of those things where it's just, and then, you look at companies and games like Cyberpunk 2077, No Man's Sky, where they came out with their games. Yeah, their games wasn't in the best state, but guess what? They made sure of it, and especially No Man's Sky. I'm like, No Man's Sky, that's a game that I've been playing a lot recently, and Cyberpunk 2077, the story of that game, and then the visuals and everything else, I'm like, yeah, I went out and bought that game again on the Switch just so I could play through the story all over again, and then also play through the DLC story and stuff. But overall, though, I'm like, yeah, the two games where it was like, and then, oh yeah, Batman Arkham Knight, where it's funny because they came out with the one game Gotham Knight, but people were still running back and playing Batman Arkham Knight because visually it looked better and it played better. So you guys sit down and think about it. What are you guys doing to your newer games to where it's turning the audience against those games and they're going back and playing older games? What are you guys doing wrong? Because you guys are doing something wrong. Like, that's the thing. You can't blame the fans. You can't argue with us. You can't say that we're in the wrong, all this other. You have to understand that you guys signed up to be video game developers. All right? Just like how I signed up to be a content creator. Now, my thing is this. To my fans out there, how would you guys feel if I just stopped doing content? Because I've seen this before with content creators where they just up and out of nowhere decide to stop doing the content that got them famous or whatever. But how would that make you guys feel if I stopped doing the content that I was doing? Like yeah, let's say I stopped doing reaction videos. Let's say I stopped doing gaming videos. For those that be listening to my podcast, let's say I just stopped doing my podcast or stopped doing voiceover videos or TikTok videos. There's just some videos that brought you guys to my channel. I stopped doing those videos. I've seen this before. I have went through this before. I remember back years ago where people, because it was like people had kept spamming my comments talking about, oh, react to this guy. And I hate when people do that crap because I'm like, I'll react to them when I have time. I'm not just sitting around like, there's all these videos I got listed up. Like, stop doing that. Stop spamming people's comment sections, all right? That's a separate conversation. But anyways, back to my example, all right? So I go and I stop, or no, but not even an example of some real life stuff. Back years ago, there was a lot of people, well, no, it was one person where he just messed it up for everybody, but he kept spamming my comments talking about react to McJuggernuggets, react to McJuggernuggets, creating multiple accounts, doing that stuff. So I stopped. I was like, no, I'm not going to be reacting to him anymore. And I lost some viewership. And I'm like, hey, you know what? It's one of those things where I am going to have to cut that loss, but I am going to make up for it and stuff. And I'm like, and that's the thing where, there have been other videos of mine that have went viral and have brought, some attention and things. But overall, though, at the end of the day, I feel like I'm like, if people want to watch Big Juggernuggets, you very well could watch them. I'm like, if you aren't there for my reaction, then it's like, okay, don't watch my reaction. Go watch the content creator that I'm reacting to and stuff. But I upload reactions so people can see my reaction. But anyways, again, separate conversation. We gonna save that for a rainy day. But no, it's like people would be mad about that type of stuff. I've seen that before with myself and with other content creators, that when we stop doing a certain amount of a certain type of content, people get upset about that type of stuff. They're like, hey bro, what's going on? Why did you just out of nowhere stop? And then you see where it's like people, because no, there was the one girl, it was the one that was suing Shannon Sharp, and I guess yeah, she had a how could I put it in, PG terms, the career. She did content, but it wasn't like PG content. It was like late in the middle of the night type content. It wasn't, like content you see somebody watching it. Pretty much like if it was like you seen somebody out and about watching her type of content out in public, you gonna question them. But anyways, she just recently came out with some posts saying, because it went viral, and I was like, I don't know how this is going viral, but okay, I guess. But anyways, they was like, she's retiring from that side of her career, because yeah, she got like a $20 million settlement from Shannon Sharp. And I'm like, anybody would retire. I would retire if I got a $20 million settlement from Shannon Sharp. But anyways, no, yeah, I'm pretty sure that girl's losing followers because people are like, I didn't follow you so you can I guess, yeah, get $20 million and just retire and stuff. Because I guarantee now that girl gonna be posted about, like, she's gonna be on vacations, she's going to be building a makeup brand, she's gonna be doing all these different things. Now she got $20 million. Hopefully she's smart about her money and stuff. But overall though, yeah, she's gonna lose out on some followers. There's gonna be some people where it's all like, nah, we ain't messing with you no more. And then there was the one content creator that I got into it with, where he just up and out of nowhere decided to become a racist. What happened to him? He lost subscribers. He lost viewers. Because when you change up stuff that don't need to be changed, people don't like that. People have an issue with that. They're going to abandon your channel and find somebody else that's going to entertain them. So that's what I'm saying to these companies like 2K, EA, Ubisoft. I'm trying to think of some other companies out there. Yeah, if you guys got games that need to be worked on them. But don't kill them off because it's like, oh, well, we want to focus on these new games. Whatever games you guys got out now, or even if it's some old game from back in the day, you need to be working on those games day and night to show people how passionate you are about whatever games or whatever company that you work for. Because that's one thing that I'm starting to notice, that I feel like that there are people being hired into the game industry that's not even gamers. They don't enjoy gaming. They don't like gaming. Like, they just overall, they're like, hey, I'm getting a paycheck. Whatever happens with this game happens. That's not how you go about video game development. So, but anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow, subscribe, viewing this on the podcast streaming service. And peace.